All right, guys, Sanchi here. Welcome back to another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys had a good week so far. Monday is doing well for me. But in today's episode of Bodybuilding News Today, we're going to be doing the part 2 of 3 for my Olympia predictions 3 weeks out from the 2020 Mr. Olympia in Orlando, Florida. Today's episode is going to be Hadi Choopan versus William Bonac. I think that's going to be how it's going to look at the Mr. Olympia, unless someone really comes and surprises us, someone like Dexter Jackson or Big Ramy or even Hunter Labrada. I think those are some people that could really surprise us depending on their conditioning and what they bring to the stage. But let's go ahead and start off with the front double bicep with William Bonac on the left and Hadi Choopan on the right. And as always, I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment sections below. If you guys think I'm way off or if you think I'm right on the dot, definitely leave a comment in the section below. But let's start with William Bonac on the left, Hadi Choopan on the right, front and double bicep. Now, obviously, you're going to think, okay, they both have somewhat thin waists. They maintain, they control their midsections. It's not the obliques are not blowing over, they're not spilling over on the posing trunks. But my eyes automatically go to William Bonac. I think he is wider. I think the way that he holds his shots are more aesthetic. In the upper body, he looks better. I think he has better biceps, better bicep peaks. I think that he has a better chest, and I think he has better defined abdominal muscles. Now, I do think that Hadi Choopan has better lat insertions when it comes to the front. I think that they look fuller, but at the same time, William Bonac's lat insertions are lower. So sometimes you're going to get more of a Kai Green look where the lats are longer, wider, and for the most part thicker. So it's kind of tough on how to judge this shot. Some people may say that Hadi does have better conditioning. I think that's debatable. I think that he has a very conditioned legs, and that's what gives him that overall really sharp and clean look. Whereas if you look at William Bonac's legs, they look a little bit more streamlined. They look a little bit more flowing with his physique and not as much standing out. Perfect example would be Big Ramy's legs. They're very protrusive. They really stand out and pull away from the physique instead of adding to it. Now, I'm not saying that that's what Hadi Choopan's legs are doing. I'm just giving you guys some comparisons. And in all honesty, I want to give William Bonac this shot. My eyes go to him, even though Hadi Choopan's shot is more zoomed in, I still think that William Bonac's presence at the 2020 Arnold Classic beats out Hadi Choopan at last year's Mr. Olympia. Even though Hadi Choopan did respectfully win against William Bonac, respectfully third and fourth. So it's important to point out, but let's move into the next shot. Back double bicep. This is a tough one because it's very dark at the Arnold Classic for the most part. Both of the shows had pretty pitiful lighting, the Olympia especially, but when you look at Hadi Choopan's skin tone, it complemented the skin color was complemented with the lighting, whereas someone like William Bonac's would, for the most part, wash away in the lighting. But we're going to do what we can with what we have. Now, I like William Bonac. I think he looks really full. I've criticized him in the past, thinking that the judges are not going to give him that win because his physique doesn't flow as well as someone like Rafael Brandeau's or other competitors that have more aesthetic physiques. But in all honesty, William Bonac is really coming into his own looking in this comparison against Hadi Choopan. I like his muscle bellies. I like his thickness. I like the way he holds the shot. I think it's much more aesthetically pleasing, in my personal opinion, compared to Hadi Choopan's more upright and traditional back double bicep. Moving over to Hadi Choopan, I think that he has fantastic conditioning. The hamstrings are on point. The glutes are striated, and the upper back looks good as well. The arms look good. Some people have criticized that Hadi Choopan does not have any arms at all, but this photo would beg to differ. Overall, I think that William Bonac wins this shot. I think that he looks more aesthetic. I'd like to see some footage of them side by side so I can get a better idea, and hopefully we have that opportunity at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, but I'm going to give this shot as well to William Bonac. Front lat spread. Now this is one that is going to be really tough for me to give to William Bonac. Hadi Choopan looks a lot sharper. The abs are more defined. The arms somewhat are fading. This is where I think his arms really do look underwhelming. But his legs, in my humble opinion, I think outweigh. In my humble opinion, I think that his legs outweigh the legging arm development, or at least arm presentation in this shot. So I'm going to give the front lat spread to Hadi Choopan. And also, it's really difficult to see William Bonac's lats in the front lat spread because it's so dark. His skin tone also is dark, something he cannot control, but maybe you can use a certain type of tan to help lighten it up. I know some of the competitors that I compete with on my natural organization, they use a golden tan, somewhat reminiscent of what some Indian bodybuilders use in the Indian Bodybuilding Federation. So just food for thought. I'm not really sure if it's allowed, but it's something you could try out. Side chest. This one is also going to be a tough one. I don't like how Hadi Choopan holds his shot. I think that his legs look very underwhelming the way he's holding it. I don't think that he's pressing his legs against his rear leg as well as he could, and also his feet alignment might not be optimal. If you guys actually practice posing, you kind of know what I'm talking about. If your feet aren't really pointed somewhat to the rear, maybe like 25 degrees to the rear, it makes your legs look a little shallow. So that could be just one bad shot, and I apologize. Comment below if you have a better shot from last year's Mr. Olympia of Hadi that makes his legs look a little bit more pleasing and fuller. But conditioning is bar none. He looks very hard, very shredded in this shot. Now, William Bonac does look very good in his shot. Somewhat the quality of the photo, I think, is what's making him look a little watery, a little faded. But he looks very full, very shiny. I think that you can see the pectoral striations. You can see the delts really popping. And the massive biceps are undeniable. His hamstrings also look very good, even though they are very much shadowed out, and the quads look fair as well. So I want to give this shot to Hadi. I think that he just pops the most in this shot. So I'll give this one also to Hadi. So 2-2. And we're going to finish up with the back lat spread. So we're tied up. It's 2-2. Who do you think wins the back lat spread? Where do your eyes go to immediately looking at these two shots? Looking at the hamstrings, looking at the glute development, and then looking at the sweeping lats, the lower lat insertions, the delts, the arms, if there are any. What do your eyes go to? What's your preference for trap development? Do you like the thicker, more protruding physique of William Bonac's traps, the upper and lower trap insertions? Or do you prefer a more streamlined and less protruding, more Phil Heath-esque trap insertions of Hadi Choopan? And that's actually where I'm going to leave it. I like William Bonac in this shot more, but then at the same time, I think Hadi Choopan's leg striations and definition could rival William Bonac. So I'm not going to say it's a tie, but I'm saying I am favoriting William Bonac in this shot. I'd love to hear what you guys have in the comment section below. Where do you think I was right? Where do you think I was wrong? Where would you have William Bonac and Hadi Choopan placing at the Mr. Olympia? 3rd and 4th, respectfully, for this comparison. But do you think they can move up? And do you think somebody else can sneak in and knock these guys out, even if they bring 100% or 95% conditioning? That's the question I'll leave with you guys. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Bodybuilding News today, specifically my predictions for the top 7 Mr. Olympia, the 2020 Mr. Olympia, as we are a little under 3 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for part 3.